Okay. Hier ben ik weer. Here I am again. And I want to talk to you some more about my book, Polynesian Dreams. I'm not going to tell you to buy it. I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm just going to tell you what it's all about. I wrote the book, and I wrote all my adventures in it, and there were many. I was a young sailor in the Dutch Royal Navy. I was a young sailor in the Dutch Merchant Navy. I traveled all over the world. I came to America and served in the United States Army in Germany as a military policeman during the Korean War. And that is all in the book. But the book mainly was meant to be inspirational. I sit here in my garden this morning. I call it the Garden of Eden. My peace is disturbed just a little bit by some lawnmower in a neighboring yard. But I have promised myself to make this video because it's so important to me. Whether or not you want to buy it or get it for free, after all, it's only $3.79, and the part that I get, which is not very much, I donate to charity because I don't need it. I'm 85 years old. I don't mind admitting it. I was born on May 88, 1930 in Rotterdam, the Netherlands. I lived there for 20 years, and I came to the United States in November of 1950. I took out first papers and was directly drafted in the United States Army and sent to Fort Ord for training in California, and then on to Germany. Most of my pals in the training company that I was on went to Korea, but myself and another guy went to Germany, as I told you in a previous video. My video is about voices. Now, you have a voice in your head. In fact, there are two voices in your head. The one you were born with, it's a very quiet voice. It tells you when you to obey your authorities, your parents, your teacher, your police, and it tells you right from wrong. It's an inborn voice. It's like it's subconscious. It is there, but it's very quiet. But you have another voice. I call it the voice of indulgence. And that voice gets in the way. It got in my way for 40 years before I finally started to listen to the quiet voice. And that voice of indulgence says, oh, go ahead. You don't have to do as your teacher tells you. You don't have to do as your parents want you to. Go ahead and do this and do that. It won't hurt you. Take that extra piece of pie. It's not going to hurt you. Okay, go ahead and throw away that job because you don't like your boss, and just tell him off, while the quiet voice tells you not to do it. The quiet voice in you has planned your whole life. It has planned for you to have a life of abundance. It has planned a beautiful life for you, but you don't listen to it all the time. You want to indulge yourself. That voice is much louder than the little voice. You come to a fork in the road, and you have to make a choice, and then you listen to that voice of indulgence and indulge yourself. It's so nice. Go ahead and pop that other pill. Go ahead and have that other drink. It's not going to hurt you. Well, it hurt me because I became a pill popper addict on amphetamines. I drank too much. I had a drug addiction. I had an alcohol addiction, and in addition to that, and I hate to admit this because it's been so long ago, I had a sex addiction. What I did was I like to chase. I like to chase girls, and I was a smooth talker because I polished that act over the years, and I cajoled them so much and I flattered them so much that finally I got them to have sex with me. Then I dropped them like a hot potato and went on to the next adventure. Well, that is an addiction just as much as overeating is an addiction, smoking is an addiction, and those things are all bad for you. Especially if you are on narcotics or on alcohol, that can kill you, and it almost killed me. I lost I came thin as a rail. I lost all my money. Fortunately, I was able to hold on to my job because without a job and without money, you have to live on the streets, which never happened to me. But I came close. I lost my health. I became financially bankrupt. I lost my wife, I lost my house, I lost everything because I indulged myself. And this is what the book is about. If I can get rid of my addictions and manage, after 40 years of indulgence, after 40 years starting to listen to that little voice, and became a successful, had a successful life filled with abundance and riches. 46 years ago, I met the love of my life, who helped me tremendously to overcome my addictions, by the way. I had some help, but you can also find help. You find help in your church if you have one, or you find help in friends that want the best for you. Your parents will certainly help you. And there are so many addicted people. Now they have marijuana that is supposed to be legal. Well, I'm not going to tell you one thing or another because it's not my job, but it is a drug of indulgence. It makes you feel good. Well, you can feel even better if you listen to that little voice and go on to lead a successful life, a life of abundance, a life of riches, a life that was planned for you in the very beginning. And I'm not going to spout religious slogans or religious Bible verses. That's not, I couldn't do it if I wanted to. But I do listen occasionally to, I don't go to church, but I listen to one of those television evangelists. Well, there's a couple of them that I listen to, and I have to agree with some of them. They mean well. And anyway, I'm not going to talk much about my book. You can buy it. I send it to you for free. It's called Polynesian Dreams. It's available on every electronic bookstore, Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, WaveCloud, which is the ones that put it on for me, so I'm kind of partial to WaveCloud, and ebooks, Google Books, and it costs $3.79. I get about less than $2 a book in royalties, and that I send when I get when my part hits $20, they send me a check. That check I donate to my charity. So this video is not for profit. It is to an inspiration. Please listen to the voice. You have it inside of you. If you just lay quiet, sometimes look in your bedroom or in a chair in a room when it's peace and quiet, and you close your eyes and you listen to that voice. If you come to a choice in your life, listen to that little voice. It'll never do you wrong. Anyway, that's my video of today. I'm recording this in my garden, in my backyard actually, and I'm sitting under a tree with pink flowers. It's peaceful except the roar of the lawnmower someplace in the neighborhood, but I am not going to tell you. You can go to my website, by the way, www.polynesiandreams.com. It will tell you where to get the book, or you can just go to one of the bookstores, electronic bookstores, and look for Polynesian Dreams by Johan van Oldenbarneveld. It's a real long name, but that's what I was given when I was born on May the 8th, 1930. So I'm going to close this video. I'm going to walk over to the camera and shut it off and see if this noise of the lawnmower interferes too much. Thank you very much for listening to me.